Hey, it's Jennifer here. Welcome to the Everyday Farmhouse. Today I'm going to walk you through some options when you're dealing with whole chickens. We grow our own chicken here, and a lot of people are starting to do that, or they're buying locally, which is really a great option. But what you wind up with is a whole chicken. And if you're not familiar with that, like I wasn't, then I needed somebody to show me how to manage these whole birds. And so today I'm going to show you a few different options, and I'm going to show you how to cut one up. And I'm going to show you how I prep for a week's worth of chicken meals for my family. So come along with me and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got a whole chicken here. I rinsed it and patted it dry. It's still a little bit frozen. It's been out of the freezer and my fridge for a couple days, but I was thawing 4 of them together, so not quite as thawed as I would like. Also, this is a homegrown chicken, so you might notice there's little feathers. My kids help butcher, which is great. We don't always get maybe perfection with our end product. We're gonna work on that. Anyway, so you might be intimidated to have a whole chicken to cut up, and I know I was. It kind of grossed me out before we moved to the country and started raising our own food. So I'm going to walk you through this. It's really not difficult. Just takes a little bit of knowing where the joints are and that sort of thing. So I always start with the legs, and first you just want to cut through the skin. I'm using a Chicago Cutlery boning knife. These are really handy. I don't love the wooden handles. It kind of gives me the willies, but whatever, I suck it up and deal with it. So cut around the skin first and kind of flip your chicken around, and then you're gonna feel for when the joint pops out, just like that. Okay, so that bone popped right out of there. Now you just cut that off. There, one leg already done. It's the leg and the thigh, and I can show you how to separate that in a minute. So go ahead and do the same thing with the other side. Now just cut that right off. There's your second leg, thigh quarter. The wings, similar, a little trickier I think, because you can't feel the joint quite as well. There you go. Sorry if that noise grosses you out. Cut that right off. Okay, go around. There you go. If you're planning on serving wings, you know, as a meal, you might try to get a little more meat off of there. I didn't do the best job with that. But the carcass will go in the pot for soup. So you could also boil that meat off the carcass, shred it, put it in a zipper bag, and freeze it. Okay, so what I'm doing here is there's a bone that goes right down here between the breast. You can feel that, and just let your knife just kind of follow right along that and cut away from it. And I'm leaving, because of my plans to make soup with the carcasses, I'm leaving quite a bit of meat in here. That's just how I do it for my plan for the week. You could get closer if you like and get every little bit of that meat. So there's one breast off, and then I turn it around, find that ridge, and just cut that meat away. Carcass still has a lot of meat on the back. It has these little oysters back here. All of that goes right in this pot to be used, like I said, for soup or stock. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to separate this leg thigh quarter here. So just kind of cut into it, and then again you're finding that joint, and you're going to just pop it. Cut right. There we go. Cut right off of there. So it's just finding that joint popping in half, and that cuts right in half. Okay, so now I'm done. I cut up 4 chickens, and really it only took me about 25 minutes, which, you know, that's not too bad for getting your chicken ready. It's not as easy as buying it at the store. I understand that. Believe me, I understand it. It takes a while to kind of get over that hump of like, okay, this is going to take longer. It just is. But it's worth it. And so I hope that helps you. I hope that encourages you. Go ahead and buy local. Buy from a local farm and get a whole chicken, and realize that it is going to add a little bit of time, but it is worth it. You're supporting local farmers, and you're supporting just better growing and living conditions for animals. It's better for the land. So support a local farm rather than industrial factory farming too. So thanks for joining me here today at the Everyday Farmhouse, and I'll be sharing some recipes with you later. Thanks for coming by.